Hello, hello, hello. Hello to all of my Facebook friends. Oh, let's take that off for now. This is Rosie the Quilter, and I am here today to talk about a new one of my collections in my Prayer Quilts by Rosie shop. And I'm just waiting for someone to come and meet with me. So great. Hello. Now, I have one question for everybody. Tell me who you are and where you are watching from. So I can say hello to you and greet you. And thank you for coming to my quilt show today. I'm Rosie the Quilter, and I have a nice little shop on Etsy called Prayer Quilts by Rosie. I also have another shop called Wakanda Quilts, but we'll talk about that another time. Today is all about Prayer Quilts by Rosie. Hello there. Like I said, I have only one question. Please let me know who is who's watching and where you're watching from, so I can greet you and say hello. So, uh, Rosie the Quilter, and what I'm going to be talking about today. Okay, L, Kimberly, and you're from Pearland, Texas. Hi there. I love Texas. Texas loves me. Some of my best friends are in Texas. So, okay, and I'm going to have my phone going too so that I can keep track of any folks that have comments to make while we're live. All righty. Okay, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. And you're in Brewster, Ohio. Okay, I like the look of this. Texas, Ohio. I'm in Maryland, by the way, and I have been quilting for almost 20 years, but most of that time I was what I would call a traditional quilter. A lot of patchwork, pretty work, and only in the last, I'd say, 6 years have I had a focus on using my quilts to express my spirituality. So, and I've started to focus on prayer quilts. I call them prayer quilts. Is an easy way to describe them all. But what it is that my quilts use my skill with fabric and sewing to make something that's going to praise God or comfort His people, and that's where my focus is. That's what gets me up in the morning. Okay. I see we have a few more friends in. Nancy, hello. And Nancy is calling from, let's see that again. Nancy is calling from Georgia. I have Sonia from Maryland too. And Nancy is telling everyone she has a cross quilt too. Well, this is this is why I wanted to have this little time. In my previous quilt shows, I've talked about the quilts I make with Bible verses and other scripture and inspirational verses, and those are what really makes my spirit rise. But I also make cross banners, and you'll see them right there behind me. They measure about 26 inches by 36 inches. So it's a yard long. It's a perfect size for what you might call a church banner. And in fact, I have some church banners that I've made for my church and other churches. So, like for example, here's a good example. I'm an Episcopalian, and we honor Pentecost. So my cross banner also had Pentecost and the flaming uh, tongues of flame to remind us all about the time when the disciples were given the gift of tongues. So my cross banners are made with an old fashioned way. It's called a log cabin pattern, and it's made by layering with different colors. And as you can see, to make the pattern, for me to make the cross really stand out. Hey, Loretta. And we got Refugia, also from Dallas in the Austin area. Okay, so as I was saying, my crosses use the log cabin pattern to make them. And if you're a quilter, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not a quilter, it just looks pretty. But another thing that I add to my quilts, I wanted to show you. I'm gonna hold this one up so that you can see, is the pattern of the quilting. Let me do it like this. The pattern of the quilting that I do. Let's see. I had this right before, and now it's not going nicely. Ah, don't you hate when that happens? There you go. You know what? I'm going to show it on another quilt, and now you'll see it better. You might think that I just do it this size. No, I like to do a cross that is also smaller, because sometimes you might want something to go in your room, and this might be a little too big. So I downsized it. This is 18 inches by 24 inches. Perfect size to go in a small room, or even if you want to bring it to your office at work. And hopefully now you might be able to see the design that I do a little bit clearer. I think so. You can see the stitching there. And what you see in the stitching that's big and wavy is what I call feathering. So it looked like big fat feathers going up and down the length of the cross. And then I do some more feathers up here at the arms of the cross, the top of the arms of the cross. So it's just a matter of scale. On this one, it's a little tighter. On these, I can go a little bigger. Um, and as you can see with the other one, I can add uh, some embroidery. But the nicest part about all of these quilts is that if you want to order one of these quilts, you can choose the color. I have, I think it's 5 or 6 different colors that you could choose. So you can see here, blue, black and gold, red, purple. You could also get green. Um, and I actually had somebody who wanted orange because that was their favorite color. I can accommodate you. So let me look at a little bit right there. Any questions that you might have? Now, I have someone who said that as I was holding up the 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 quilt there, it looked a little bit in 3D. Well, if you go to my page, Prayer Quilts by Rosie, I actually did put a uh, I did a little video to show the detail, and you can take a look at that video so you can see more up close how I do this. All the stitching is done in gold thread so that it will complement, because all of these colors, the red, the blue, has little touches of gold in the fabric. So I bring that out with the stitching that I do. So as you see, I showed you the small purple one. I also have a different color purple that's more rich and has that starry look like the blue you see behind me here. Well, you can really see some of the stitching there. And since we're getting into the Christmas season, I found the perfect, I call this my nativity cross. So you can't really read it because it's too small, but the print is all the prophecies from Isaiah and Luke that talk about the birth of Christ. So, for unto us a child is given. And as you can see from the center of the cross, you actually have the child surrounded by the angels and the creche and the star of Bethlehem above the stable. So I love that. And again, with this particular quilt, you could also have a choice of what fabric color to um, to go with your quilt. It's one thing from working so long with quilting in this way, I've learned how to bring colors together. So you could have a blue with purple, with orange and yellow, all in one, and it will work. I'll make it work. Let's see, any other? Okay. Thank you for all those who have kind words to say about my work. Now, um, what else did I want to say? One of the things I've noticed some folks always want to know about how does it look on the back? How do I choose the fabric that I choose for my backing? And to be really honest with you, the way I choose the fabric I use in my back is I like A, it has to be good quality. B, I want to know, is it going to hide my stitches? So if it's going to be really, really busy with all my stitching, I'd rather that it have a backing like this, where it's pretty, but it doesn't really show up the stitching. So maybe here and here, again, it's pretty, but it doesn't really show up the stitching. I like there to be just one star. Let it be the front. Now, um, I also promised I. Oh, here's a quick question. So you might want to know um, where you can find these quilts. So let me tell you, I have a shop on Etsy called Prayer Quilts by Rosie. There are links to the the section for the cross quilts. The links are right here in our Facebook Live, so you see that. If you don't see that, let me know, and I will. Well, let me see if I can put it in here. Okay, so let me see. Um, yes, it worked. Don't you love it when technology works? Ugh, when it doesn't, it's like, ah, my gosh, the gray becomes white. Hi, Michelle. Nancy is too kind. Nancy said that the back is pretty enough to hang as well. She is very kind. But really, it's the front is a star. So, okay, I also wanted to give you a sneak peek because guess what? Black Friday is only a few days away. But as you may have noticed, with a lot of shops these days, Black Friday is now. No one is waiting until the day after Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving evening, Black Friday is now. So I wanted to give you a sneak peek. I'm going to be doing little sneak peeks during the course of the next few days so that you get more of a close up view of the quilts that I'm going to have on sale. And these are really, really good sales. Now, these quilts are my bed size quilts, so they're the big ones. Oh, I have one more, and this I have one more cross quilt to show you. I didn't realize this was a cross quilt until I was looking at it at just the right perspective. Do you think? What do you think? The yellow and the green kind of look like crosses, don't they? And that's the whole quilt. It has these crosses, then yellow and green roses. And if you're hacking for purple, a purple border. Now, what makes this a prayer quilt is what is said in these purple squares, purple blue squares that you see here. It says, "Rejoice, he is risen. Thanks be to God." Um, let's see, "Victory through our Lord Jesus Christ." Right? "Trust, never put a question mark where the Lord has put a period." How do you like that? Never put a question mark where the Lord has put a period. Okay, that's one for the sermon. So this quilt is a big one. This one is 65 inches by 74 inches, which is one of the reasons why I'm not spreading it all out here, because then you'd never see me again. So that's that's one of my bed-size quilts, and that's on the and you'll find that on the page with the other cross quilts. But it's at a I would call a Black Friday price, and these are all one of a kind. So one and gone. So if you like it, claim it. Now here's another one. This one is a Christmas quilt. As you can see, it's all different um, pieces of Christmas fabric, and it's in braids. It's patched together in a triangular braid going up. Now, I don't know if you could quite see it, but the white border, let's see, the white border has is outlined in a nice circular gold. And that again is if you want to go to my Christmas sale, that's where you will find this braided quilt. This quilt is bed size as well. Not quite as long as a queen, but perfect for a twin size bed. Now, I said it's only a sneak peek, so I'm just gonna show you one more. But it's a doozy. You ready? Okay, here we go. Oops, daisy. How do you like this one? This included some Christmas fabrics from a trip I made to London that I've included some of those in here. And this one is uh, 55 inches by 70 inches. Again, good size quilts that are just ready to go on your bed. So, friends, I just want, as I said, this was going to be a short hello and to show off some of the quilts that I have. Like I said before, I'm going to repeat myself. All the quilts, all the cross quilts you see here are also available in different colors. And let me just get that for you. So if you would like, you could get them in black and gold, dark blue, which is what you see over here, purple, red. Um, you could like a, if you want to, you can request a different color, and you can also decide whether you want the large size or the small size. Now, the large size is only 135 and the small is $60. Now, um, very, very reasonable. So let me just look at some questions. Oh, when does the Black Friday sale start, Rosie? Well, guess what? It starts now. Black Friday is now. And that's primarily because of the way things are these days. Why the anticipation? Why keep you in anticipation? Why keep me in anticipation? I'm like, let's go for it. Let's go for it. So my Christmas sale, my Black Friday sale is now. So if you go to my site, you'll be able to get these quilts that would normally sell in the for one that's over here. I haven't shown you that. This one is bigger than a queen. That would normally go in the mid 300s. I've cut that down by more than 40%. So you can be really happy. You'll be really happy to see what these prices are. Um, they're very competitive. And like I said, um, that's what Black Friday is all about. So, and again, they are unique, one of a kind. Okay, folksies. Any other questions coming down here? Let me see. Oh, yeah, free shipping on all orders. Um, if you want to pay for it and send it as a gift to someone else, you can do that. If you want to even delay this, like pay for it now, get it done, and have me mail it to them closer to Christmas, again, that is something you can do so that you don't have to keep it in your house and then mail it again if the person is not in your household. I could take care of that shipping for you. So it is just one shipping that you won't have to pay for. I can take care of that and also include a gift message in there for you. Um, I only mail priority mail. So if you ever notice, it seems like the post office takes care of the priority mail a little bit better than the ground. Um, don't know why that is, but they do, and that's what my customers deserve. Okay, so folks, I think that's about all I have to say. Um, I'm going to give it maybe another minute or so to see if any last minute questions come up. And and then I'll be saying good evening and so long for a few days until I'm back on with my Wakanda quilts. Yeah, in case you didn't know, Wakanda quilts are my African American themed quilts, and I have been doing a lot of work on that lately. So, some good work. If you're so inclined, you could go to the shop now. Is Wakanda Quilts on Etsy, and you can see that. Okay. Any last minute questions? Nancy, you're way too kind. Nancy says that I packaged them beautifully. Well, I want to take care. By the way, these that are the larger quilts, they're going to be coming in a vinyl carry bag. So they're going to be packaged in within their priority box, but also within a carry bag for extra protection. And you could use it as your gift bag if you want to. Uh, that's one of the things that you could do. Okay, well, Nancy has given me the best way to sign off. Blessings to everyone. Okay, last minute. I noticed because a couple of times, the reason why I'm doing this kind of uh, is because sometimes I hung up a little too quickly as someone was typing something and then boom, I hung up. But I will monitor this if you come up with any other questions. I will be giving you some answers. Uh, this video will be available on my Prayer Quilts by Rosie Facebook page. So, you can come back and see whatever other questions may have been asked and answered. Okay? Well, then, good night. Y'all be well. Blessings to everyone.